Leaves changing colors, from greens to yellows to bright oranges and vibrant reds. It's nature's gentle reminder each year of life's transitions. We've come to expect it. Tourists flock to Maine each year in hopes of witnessing its beauty. But will the iconic fall foliage remain the same as our planet continues to warm? That's what I want to find out. But first, let's take a beautiful fall foliage hike down east. Come on. I'm with a group of locals at Pigeon Hill Preserve in Washington County on a hike organized by the Down East Coastal Conservancy.
I think it's like just about peak. Not quite there, and we're not fully, but we're starting to lose a couple leaves, so pretty good.
Look at the color.
While the foliage is vibrant and beautiful, when the colors change is subtly shifting over time. Barbara Snap has hiked at Pigeon Hill for decades. She's noticed how changes in weather impact the peak color timing from year to year.
From what I can tell, it depends on how much rain we get in the late summer into September and what the temperatures are. So if you get cool temperatures early, it's going to come earlier. If it's warm later, then it's going to extend later.
These warm September days where you're expecting to have your pumpkin spice latte and put on a sweater and you're sweltering, these are all, the trees notice it too. And because of that, they're not shutting down their chlorophyll production centers. They're still keeping their leaves green. They're still photosynthesizing. And they're not changing colors when they used to.
Environmental scientist Stephanie Spera is researching how climate change affects the timing of peak fall foliage in Acadia National Park, visible in the distance from the top of Pigeon Hill, just about 50 miles south of here. Using satellite data, climate models, and a historical analysis of reports and newspaper clippings, Spera has found evidence that warmer temperatures have pushed the peak fall colors later.
The timing of peak fall foliage has actually gotten about 10 days later than it was in the 1950s. It's getting about a day later, a decade, a little over a day, a decade. But we saw in the early 1950s, you would come up to Acadia the first weekend in October 3rd, 4th, and that would be your peak fall foliage. Now, it's about right now, which is the second weekend of October or even later.
Other factors are also stressing eastern forests. More intense storms, rainfall, and invasive species harm trees and their leaves, and may already be reducing the vibrancy of fall colors and shortening the season. Spera and other scientists refer to fall as the neglected season in climate change research. It's hard to study, and there's still a lot of unknowns. Yet understanding climate change's effects is critical for regions like Down East Maine, where fall tourism is a billion-dollar industry. So I'm hiking up Beehive in Acadia right now, and holy wow, just look at that foliage. No wonder people plan their trips around this time.
You have a minute to fill out a survey, you get a postcard. What's the main reason you guys are up here right now?
See the foliage.
Because of fall colors.
We're keeping
See the fall leaves.
Fall colors.
fall foliage.
And fall leaves, yes.
Because I wanted to see fall colors.
More visitors are coming to Acadia in the fall and staying later in the season, which impacts park management and staffing of local businesses. These changes are difficult to see during a single leaf-peeping trip or outing, but for those who value the annual ritual of admiring fall leaves, the season is becoming more unpredictable. People come from all over the world to see these colors, and if something like that is shifting and changing, it changes how we experience the world around us.
I came up to Maine every fall for the last 20 years on this weekend. The trees were beautiful. I want to conserve that place. I want to preserve the people and the places and the experiences that I love so my kids, my grandkids can have them. And I think that's why it should matter.
For Barbara Snap, that connection to the landscape over time resonates in her family, who have owned a home at the bottom of Pigeon Hill for more than 100 years.
It's a tradition to come up here, and this is ours to make sure it stays accessible and in good shape and enjoyable for people.
Scientists and conservationists want Down East visitors to share that sense of stewardship, because the shifting leaves are a visible sign that change is already here.